Yeah, hello everyone. Let's welcome to Ram Maruti Tutorials. Today's topic I'm going to deal myself Maruti. Today's topic is Mendeleev periodic table. In my earlier video, I have briefly said what are the salient features of Mendeleev periodic table. In this video, I'm going to explain you his table, how many rows, how many columns, total how many elements he has classified. And one more important point what I am going to discuss in this video is nothing but how the groups or the elements in the groups are showing their common valency. What is their behavior when they are reacting with any particular element? Of course, it is nothing but oxygen, right? Means behavior of elements of the groups in the Mendeleev periodic table. That is the main point for the day. Right. So before explaining the concept of how these elements are getting, the elements in the groups are getting combined with oxygen basing upon their valency, let me briefly tell you regarding the arrangement of elements in the groups and columns and their properties, similarities and differences according to Mr. Mendeleev periodic table. Yeah, let's go in here. Mendeleev periodic table, as you can see in the screen, the total elements available at the time, they are arranged in the form of periods and groups. Okay, but one speciality is there, that what we are going to discuss later on. That is, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic weight. Right? As you all know, at that time, the only chemical property known by everyone is nothing but atomic mass or atomic weight. Earlier they used to discuss about physical properties, but they didn't do, as you all know, they didn't classify the elements as it is needed, as it is successful. The main thing is properties. Now, Mr. Mendeleev has taken the first property, that is atomic weight. He has arranged the elements in the increasing order of the atomic weight or atomic mass. That is the first point, what you can see here. Now, the total elements at the time available are divided into 8 groups. Which are the groups? The vertical columns. The vertical columns are nothing but the groups. He has totally classified all the elements into 8 groups. That's what. 8 vertical columns called as groups. He named them as groups. Totally how many? 8 are there. Now, the second point what we have to remember. Now, right, the horizontal, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Totally 7 periods he made. The horizontal rows are called as here periods. That's what he says. Right. 8 vertical columns groups and 8 horizontal rows called as periods. Now let us discuss about the property of the elements in that particular group and in that particular period. The main thing what you have to observe means all the elements present in the group, right, they are having similar properties. Why? I will let you know. That he said because of the common valency. How it goes on, we will get to know within few minutes. Right? The first point, all the elements present in the groups are having similar properties. Now, right, that's what it is said here. Now, what about the properties of the elements present in the periods? The main thing is no element, right, if they are present in the periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you go like this in the periods, no element is having similar features. Means all the elements present in the periods are having different features. That is point to be noted. Now, let's come back to one more important feature of the elements in the groups. What Mr. Mendeleev have done, this is the peculiar thing no one else has done. It might be the next coming modern or earlier Newland or Dobiner. No one, but he himself has divided every group into 2 subgroups. Right? subgroup A and subgroup B means first group is having 1A and 1B. You can see, right, if this is the first group, he divided the group into two parts, right, group A, subgroup A and subgroup B. You can see that all the elements towards this side of the group are subgroup A of first group, and the elements which are present towards this side, little bit this side, those are nothing but subgroup B in the same group. So that's what it says. Elements in the group, right. Okay. So now each group is divided into A and B subgroups. That is the point to be noted. Now let's come back to the concept. Elements in the group have similar properties. This is the point what I am going to discuss very importantly in this video. Right? Why the elements present in the group are having similar properties? Right? Why so? What is the main reason? Right? Mendeleev has stressed mainly on one point, that is valency. Right? All the elements present in the group, all the elements present in a single group, it may be first group or it may be second group or third group. All the elements present in that particular group are having the same valency. I can say it as common valency. That's what. Elements in the group have similar properties because of common valency of the entire group elements. Okay. Now, you may get a doubt. What is this valency? I can tell you. Valency can be taken in different ways. For time being, especially in this video or in this concept, what Mendeleev have said is the combining capacity of any element with oxygen. What is the valency? Means the combining capacity of any element with oxygen is nothing but valency. Right? If you discuss here, oxygen, you know, atomic number 8. Oxygen, atomic number 8. Of course, at that time, no one knows what is atomic number. But just as we know it already, let us assume that. Why he might have taken, probably as oxygen atomic number is 8 and nearby inert gas is neon, right? It requires 2 more to get stability, right? So oxygen requires 2 more and it is ready to take 2 electrons from nearby elements and to get stability. That's oxygen speciality. Now, how the elements present in the groups of the Mendeleev periodic table, how they are utilizing the valency property of oxygen. Let's go for this one. Elements of the first group react with oxygen and form compounds with the general formula. If you consider all the elements present in the first group, if you consider all the elements present in the first group as R, if you generally represent it as R, it reacts with the oxygen forming with a general formula R2O. Right, this is the general formula what Mr. Mendeleev has given for elements present in the first group only. General formula R plus O. R means all the elements present in the first group. It may be hydrogen, it may be lithium, it may be potassium or moreover. Right. So why so? That is what the point says. The combining capacity, valency, oxygen, valency 2. Valency of oxygen is 2. That's what. So let's take an example. Right. That's what here I have explained you. Valency of oxygen is 2. Right. That's what. It wants to get 2 more electrons, whoever it might be. So all the elements present in the first group are having 1 valence electron. So oxygen will combine with 2 of them and take 2 from there. Oxygen requires 2. And all the elements present in the first group, they are having 1 electron extra. They are ready to lose 1 electron and become stabilized. Right? So oxygen combines with any 2 of them, or it may go and take 1 from each lithium. That's what he says. Lithium Li plus O2, right, gives rise to Li2O. Means oxygen is taking 2 electrons from lithium. Of course, lithium is not having 2 electrons. It is having only 1 extra electron, or it is ready to give one electron so that it can become bond with oxygen and stabilize. So see here, oxygen is combining with the two lithiums and taking two electrons from each lithium, and as it is getting 2, actually its electronic configuration is 8, right, atomic number is 8, requires 2 more, took 1 from each lithium and it got 10, it stabilized, right. Lithium, right, it is ready to lose 1 electron and get the electronic configuration of the nearby inlet. Are you able to? So it is becoming stable. That is how lithium combines with oxygen, right, it becomes Li2O. In the same way, sodium, if you generally think about sodium, atomic number 11, right, atomic number, it is having 1 extra electron in its outermost electronic configuration. I will let you know. So it is nothing but the 3s1, right. It is ready to lose 1 electron to get the stable electronic configuration of neon. That you will get to know in the next coming topics. So oxygen combining with the sodium, right. How many sodiums are combined with oxygen here? 2. How many sodiums are combined with oxygen? 2. Therefore, combining capacity of oxygen is 2. So, here also oxygen is combined with the 2 elements of lithium and the 2 atoms of lithium, and here also oxygen combined with the 2 atoms of sodium. So, combining capacity of oxygen here is 2. So, it is having a common valency. All the first group elements are having a common valency of, right, here, common valence here, oxygen 2, right. So that's what he says. Here, the properties of the elements of the first group are explained by Mr. Mendeleev basing upon their common valency. First group elements combining with oxygen, forming a general formula R plus O giving to R2O. R means all the elements present in the first group. Now, let's come back to the second topic. That is, how does the elements present in the second group are combining with oxygen, right, and becoming stable? How they are becoming compounds? Compounds means it's a stable one. Right. Now here, elements of second group react with oxygen to form compounds with the general formula R plus O giving to RO. Here also R means all the elements present now in the second group. Right. Who are the elements in the second group? Beryllium, calcium, strontium, barium, all those according to Mr. Mendeleev. Now, so oxygen. Now if you imagine, what about beryllium? Right. Beryllium atomic, if you generally calculate atomic number 4, it has 2 extra electrons in the outermost orbital. It likes to release or liberate or lose and become stable like helium, right? Atomic number 4 of beryllium, right? It is having 2 extra electrons in the outermost. It wants to lose the 2 electrons and become stable electronic configuration like helium, right? So that's what 2s2 is the outermost shell, right? Here if you go to magnesium, outermost shell is nothing but 3s2. In the same way, if you go to calcium, in the outermost shell we are having 4s2 in the fourth orbit, 2 extra electrons. Here third orbit, 2 extra electrons. This is second orbit, 2 extra electrons. Means in the outermost orbit they are having 2 extra electrons. They want to release these 2 and become stable like nearby and want to form a compound. Now that property is utilized by oxygen. Oxygen, atomic number 8. It requires 2 more to get the stable. Generally we are talking about, if we talk in terms of atomic number. Mendeleev, he didn't talk about atomic number. He was just talking about only atomic mass or atomic weight, right? He said oxygen is having common valency. At that time, valency means combining capacity, especially in terms of oxygen, right? Combining capacity of any element with oxygen is called valency at that time. But now, as to make you familiarize, I am clearly telling you what might be the exact reason. Now, so beryllium, which is having 2 electrons in the outermost orbital, it is ready to give it to oxygen and form BeO, beryllium oxide. In the same way, magnesium, which is having 2 electrons in outermost orbital, is ready to give 2 to oxygen. Why? Because oxygen is becoming neon, oxygen atomic number 8, and if you get 2 more electrons, it will become like neon, which is also stable. So that's what magnesium combining with oxygen and forming magnesium oxide, and calcium combining with oxygen and forming calcium oxide. So that's what Mr. Mendeleev says according to the common valency, how the elements of the group are combining with oxygen with a general formula. So why the properties are having similar in the groups according to Mr. Mendeleev is because of the common valency of the elements present in the entire group. So guys, hope you are able to understand. It's a clear-cut explanation so that you can understand better. Now, in the next videos, I'll be coming with other concepts like prediction of the Mendeleev, what are the properties, similar properties in the periods, of course, and the corrections and analogous series. What are all? We will come to know regarding all these things in my next video. Stay tuned to Ram Maruti Tutorials. Thank you.